All right, folks, friendly reminder, support your Minor Assaults Junior Roller Derby. Come on over here next to the merch booth. They're selling golden eggs for $20. Get yourself a chance to win Disneyland tickets for two. $20 gets you a chance to win Disneyland tickets for two. Come on over here next to the merch booth. They're selling golden eggs. Minor Assault's also selling popcorn for $1 a bag and another raffle ticket. A second raffle tickets for tickets to the Cheez-It Bowl. That's the college football bowl game at Chase Bank Field. What are we calling it now? You get a parking pass, 4 tickets, $400 value at Chase Field for right after Christmas on December 27th. And 1 for $5, 6 for $20. Support your Minor Assaults. Get them to Philadelphia for the Battle on the Bank. That's going on over here to the left of the merch booth. I don't see you people going over there to buy tickets. Go buy raffle tickets. Speaking of, you want to give this away? Speaking of raffle tickets, do you have time? Yeah. Okay. It's a between bout prize. They're up one. We can do it now or after. We got time? We do. Yeah, sure. Hey folks, get those green raffle tickets out. I've got another raffle ticket in here, number 518923. You're going to get a compact blow dryer, 518923. Come on up to the announcer booth. Green raffle ticket, 518923.
All right. Who's ready to get back to the roller derby, huh? I said, who's ready to get back to the roller derby action? Welcome back. I am, as always, your announcer, Greg Huggs. Are you ready for more hard-hitting action? Welcome to Arizona's only live bank track roller derby in the Hall of Dames.
I'm Kills Bill. We just saw a great first game. Now get ready for the second game. These two teams are warmed up and ready for battle. Just a reminder, there's no whistling as it interrupts the game. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and everything else inside the track for your safety. Especially as you're walking along the track, there's a lot of little protrusions and rails sticking out and steps, so be careful. Don't trip on anything. Don't hit anything. If you're not part of the game, stay outside of that yellow line that's painted on the ground. Other than that, let's get this action started.
All right, to introduce your competitors for this evening's second bout, we're going to start off with the Doomsday Valkyries. Skating tonight for the Valkyries, number 143, Aphrodite. Number 88, Alabama Whirly. Number 401, Optimus Prime. Number T65, BB Skate. Number 67, Chingadora. Number 59, Diesel. Number 311, Can You Dig It? Number 427, Lieutenant Ripley. Number 298, Punky Boozer. Number 73, Shirley Temple of Doom. Number 187, Sour Apple Teeny. Number 505, The Devonator. And number 600, Thigh Voltage. Number 500, your co-captain, Indy. And number 24-7, your captain of the Doomsday Valkyries, hot and ready. Helping the team on the bench tonight, our bench coach, Nurse Ratchet, and penalty manager, Supreme Court. Not skating tonight, number 1121, Hard Knock Harley. Number 423, Medusum Damage. And number 80, Xanadoom.
All right, Derby fans, taking the track now are your Runaway Brides. All right, Derby fans, skating tonight for your champion brides. Number 772, Alan, I'll hate ya. Hits 501 somewhere. Anita Margarita. 714, Ash over Teacup. 623, Hollywood. 100, she's Cryptic Callie. 95 is Lightning the Queen. 113, Luxbreaker. Number 192, Milani Mangler. 213, Militia. 1221, Pretty Please. Number 11, Slaughtermelon. The co-captain of the Runaway Brides, 00, Novocaine. And your captain, number 1, Ellie Mayhem. Helping the team out of the bench tonight, our bench coach, Cherry Kiss. Penalty manager, Troy McClure. Not skating tonight, number 3, Goldie Rocks. Number 9, size 9, La Chancla. And 7-8-13, Lumber de la Luna.
All right, we had a fabulous first bout this evening. Who here was here for the first bout as well, huh? Yeah. Not too shabby. Let's keep things rolling with the Derby action. We are going to get right underway here momentarily. We're just waiting for that rolling whistle to get things going. All right, first to the jammer line for the Doomsday Valkyries is going to be Indy 500.
That's Ash over Teacup for your Runaway Brides. Ash over Teacup gets bounced to the middle of the track, but she goes out. She's your lead jammer. Indy working her way through the back of the pack. Hollywood and Novocaine. Ash over Teacup making her scoring pass. Successful with the first one. Indy still working her way through the pack.
Indy now looking for an opening along the rail, trying to get by with some help from her blockers. And Indy is going to outrun that last blocker to the corner and get clear of the pack for the Doomsday Valkyries. Ash over Teacup now trying to finish off another scoring pass. And Ash over Teacup calls off the jam. And we are going to get things going with a power jam for the Doomsday Valkyries right here in the second jam of the game. Penalty called on Ash over Teacup there in that previous jam, so can you dig it to the jammer line?
Got a full pack of blockers in front of Can You Dig It?
Kenya fighting up and down the line, looking for an opening. The pack now gets a little spread out as they go through the corner. Knocked to the ground and getting back up. Kenya's trying to fight along the rail, now gets some help from one of her blockers. .15 seconds to go here in the power jam for the Doomsday Valkyries. Kenya now mid-pack trying to fight past those blockers for the Brides, but bumped off to the infield once again. And that'll do it. Strong defense from the Runaway Brides. And the Brides on the penalty kill, able to hold the Doomsday Valkyries to no points on the power jam.
Couple of Valkyries picking up some penalties on that last jam. They're going to be skating down 2 blockers. Brides at full strength.
Brides are going to send Slaughtermelon to the jammer line. For the Doomsday Valkyries, we've got Sour Appletini.
Slaughtermelon takes the high side, gets straight out in turn one. Sour Appletini trying the low side, working her way to the bottom of the pack. And she's able to... Almost able to.
It's nearly clear there, but ends up behind a couple of defenders. But those defenders now out of play, so Sour Appletini clear of the pack. Slaughtermelon bumped hard up into the rail by Indy. And now Slaughtermelon trying to deal with the pivot for the Valkyries. There's Indy again trying to get in front of her. And Slaughtermelon calls it off at the last possible second with Sour Appletini coming in with a full head of steam. So 4 points up for the Brides.
Here comes Anita Margarita for the Runaway Brides.
That's hot and ready for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Anita Margarita tries the low side, gets knocked to the track.
And fighting through is Anita Margarita, lead jammer for the Brides. And Anita Margarita finishing off that scoring pass. 22 seconds left on this jam. And able to shake clear of that last blocker is hot and ready for the Valkyries. Anita Margarita finishing off a scoring pass. And the clock expires. And up to the jammer line is going to be Indy for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Luxbreaker.
Jamming for the Runaway Brides is going to be Luxbreaker.
Brides skating down one blocker on that jam. On this jam. Luxbreaker working her way along the top by the rail. Finds her way knocked down to the middle. Indy trying to make up the back of the pack. Stuck behind Milani Mangler. She's trying the high side. Tries to find some daylight. Neither jammer has gotten out yet, but here comes Luxbreaker.
Indy able to get those blockers pushed out of play, so she's clear of the pack. Luxbreaker finding her way through on a scoring pass. Tumble taken by one of the blockers there for the Doomsday Valkyries, and that'll do it as Luxbreaker calls it off. 4 points on the board for Luxbreaker and the Brides. That's going to be Militia at the jammer line for the Runaway Brides. Can you dig it for the Doomsday Valkyries? But Militia pulled down, so another power jam opportunity for the Doomsday Valkyries. Can you dig it now to the jammer line? She has a power jam chance for the Valkyries.
Can you dig it skating her second power jam tonight? Fast pack with a solid four wall of Brides at the front of it. Valkyries attacking that wall, trying to break it up, trying to get their jammer out.
.30 seconds to go here in the power jam. Can you dig it to the front of the pack? Tried to spin around to the inside, but just ran out of real estate. Ends up taking a tumble there along with one of the blockers for the Brides.
Brides continuing to recycle in front of their jammer.
And with 4 seconds left on the clock, Can You Dig It shakes free. And the clock is going to run out. Another exhibit of strong defense by the Runaway Brides. Excellent on the penalty kill. It'll be Sour Appletini for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Here comes Novocaine!
And Novocaine fighting her way through the pack and is going to emerge as lead jammer for the Brides. Sour Appletini now able to find her way out of the pack as well with some help from her blockers, and Sour Appletini clear for the Valkyries. Novocaine trying to get through the pack on a scoring pass and is bumped off to the infield. We've got a lead change. Lead changes back to Novocaine as Sour Appletini was tangled up with the blocker. So 5 points up for the Brides. And the Valkyries do put a point on the board. So Sour Appletini able to get a point there on the back end of that when the lead had switched over. That's going to be Lightning the Queen. Well, let's put a bookmark in that, because I see Freya Hugs running up to the top of the track, and that's going to be an official timeout. So a brief break in the action. I do see the two jam refs talking about probably the switch in lead jam there, and also who scored what on which points. So let Ref Boyardee and Hoover Slam hash it out. What we are going to do in the meantime is let you know about one of our league sponsors, Copper Star Coffee. They're a locally owned coffee shop and cafe providing hand-blended drinks and award-winning baked goods. They're on the southwest corner of 7th Avenue and Heatherbrae, just north of Indian School Road. It's Copper Star Coffee. So after discussion, 1 point comes down for the Brides, so it was a 4-point jam for them. They're determined that the last skater was not passed. Jamming now for the Brides is going to be Lightning McQueen.
That's a BB skate out there for the Valkyries. Lightning off to a fast start, tries to get to the front of the pack, and she's out. She's your lead jammer. BB skate getting tied up with Lux Breaker along the rail. Allen Isle holding her back. Cycle to the front of the pack, and they're still in front of BB skate. BB skate knocked to the infield by Pretty Please.
And BB Skate able to clear the pack. At the back end of the pack, meanwhile, that defense was handling, and Lightning McQueen able to finish off that scoring pass and call it off. At the jammer line for the first time for the Doomsday Valkyries is Diesel.
That's Ash over Teacup out there for your Runaway Brides. 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Diesel skating in her first bout tonight, another one of our league rookies here in the early part of the year. And Diesel fighting her way to the front of the pack. She's got two blockers and able to dispense with one of them. Now gets the other blocker out of play, and Diesel's your lead jammer for the Doomsday Valkyries. Ash over Teacup trying to fight her way through the pack. Diesel, meanwhile, coming up on the pack. Track Monster reached up and grabbed her there. Gets back up and trying to continue on here with some help from her blockers. Diesel bumped off to the infield. Meanwhile, Ash over Teacup out of the pack. Diesel gets by a couple of skaters and calls it off.
So there I am, my first jam ever and my first bout ever.
Right.
Face first as I'm approaching the back on my first score.
Right. Skating, jamming now for the Runaway Brides. The unannounced Syntax Terror, number 414. Her first jam of the night.
And that's going to be Hot and Ready skating for the Doomsday Valkyries. Syntax Terror fighting down the middle of the track and able to get clear of the pack. Your lead jammer for the Brides. Syntax Terror now catches up to the pack. Hot and Ready still fighting along behind that Brides defense at the back of the pack. Syntax Terror able to finish off a scoring pass. Now Syntax Terror with 15 seconds left in the jam is going to catch up to the pack one more time, trying to find her way through. Can you dig it? Trying to run some defense and put her up into the wall area. And that'll do it. Clock runs out on the jam. 10-point jam for the Runaway Brides. It's going to be Slaughtermelon for the Brides.
That's Indy out there for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Slaughtermelon down to the inside and thought she had a clear path to the corner, and that pivot for the Doomsday Valkyries just slid down right in her way. So that kind of gets the pack into chaos, and now trying to fight through is Indy. Indy's going to spin around a blocker, almost managed to pull it off, but just kind of kept going, and another quarter rotation kind of took her down. Now trying to find her way through. Slaughtermelon down along the inside, and Slaughtermelon clear of the pack. Indy is now going to break out as well right along behind. Slaughtermelon goes ahead and calls it off.
Two fast skaters out there doing battle. Before we even get to the jam, it's going to be a timeout. An official timeout. Hey folks, do you like what you see? We have roller derby tryouts coming February 2nd, 2020 at 9 a.m. at Great Skate. 10054 North 43rd Avenue, Glendale, Arizona. We're looking for fresh meat. The Arizona Derby Dames are holding tryouts for the only bank track roller derby league in Arizona, and we want you to join. At the tryouts, you're going to need the $10 tryout fee, bring some water, wear some comfortable exercise clothes, ID such as a driver's license, bring a commitment to learn and grow, and a positive attitude. At tryouts, your basic skating skills, teamwork, and more are going to be assessed by our trainers, captains, and managers. Even if you only have basic skating skills, we encourage you to try out. That's February 2nd, coming up next year.
I'll clean with this Kleenex and just blow the lint off. All right, we have reviewed everything, and we are back to the action. It's going to be Anita Margarita for the Brides, Kenya Diggett for the Valkyries. 1:49 to go here in the first quarter. Anita Margarita quickly to the front of the pack. Kenya Diggett's going to break out right behind her, so Anita Margarita calls it off. No score for either side. We are going to send up Luxbreaker for the Brides, and that's going to be Sour Affaltini for the Valkyries. Sour Affaltini quickly up to the pack and trying to pick her way through the defense. Luxbreaker taking a much more relaxed approach, and now up to the front of the pack quickly goes Luxbreaker, trying to fight past the pivot, going to get some help from her own pivot there as it's a pivot battle. And there goes Luxbreaker clear of the pack for the Valkyries. And shaking clear of the pack, there goes Sour Appletini for the Valkyries. And try to keep this to one scoring pass for the Brides. Luxbreaker calls it off mid-pack. Jamming for the Doomsday Valkyries is going to be BB Skate.
Here comes the militia for the Runaway Brides. Probably the last jam of the quarter.
We are underway. BB Skate trying to find an opening along the outside, but Militia finds an opening along the inside first. The door closes for BB Skate, and she's escorted to the infield. Militia clear of the pack as the quarter clock expires. So this will indeed take us to the quarter break. Militia a little off balance, but ends up catching herself on the back of one of the blockers. BB skate quickly to the front of the pack for the Valkyries and clear. Militia's going to try to pick up that jammer point now, so BB Skate's going to try to play keep away and get back to the pack. Able to put a little bit of speed on there and pull away a little bit. 4 points for the Runaway Brides as we head into the quarter break. So, as we head into the quarter break, Runaway Brides 52, Doomsday Valkyries 2.
Hey, Derby fans, if you're interested in being a season sponsor for the Arizona Derby Dames, we have different sponsor packages available to suit your needs with many benefits to choose from. Find any Derby Dame today, and they can point you in the right direction for sponsorship questions and information on how to become a sponsor. That's the league sponsor for the Derby Dames.
Sure. Okay. All right.
All right, Derby fans, get those raffle tickets ready. We've got a prize to give away. It is a fabulous blow dryer. And that raffle prize is going to be won by ticket number 518886. 518886. $518-886.
Yeah. All right, fans, put your hands together. Got a couple minor assaults out there, giving out some merchandise. Let's hear it for these guys. These miners trying to get back to the championship bout in Philadelphia. Hey, come on. All right, folks, still plenty of time to go outside and get some food from Off the Hook Taco Truck. Off the Hook Taco Truck is a locally owned and operated taco truck serving Southern California Baja-inspired cuisine. They have chicken and vegetarian options as well. Visit them outside if you're hungry for something delicious.
And don't forget about our dessert option this evening. It's the Cool Spot. They serve acai bowls and smoothies. They make their acai bowls and smoothies to nourish and refresh Arizona residents who are out enjoying the 300-plus days of sunshine we experience here in the Valley of the Sun. Their goal is to provide the Valley with a healthy, delicious alternative to quick food that will fuel your day.
What's next bout? Where is... All right, Derby fans, mark your calendars. Our next hard-hitting action comes to you in another doubleheader on December 7th. This bout's going to feature the Schoolyard Scrappers taking on the prettiest ghouls in the morgue, the Coffin Draggers. Second game of the night features the Runaway Brides versus the Bombshells. Same time, same place, so stay tuned on our social media pages for more details. Don't miss out on what all the cool kids are doing on Saturday nights. Doors at 5, first whistle at 6. December 7th. I said be there.
All right, back to the action we go. To the jammer line for the Doomsday Valkyries is going to be Diesel.
That's Cryptic Callie out there for the Runaway Brides. Callie and Diesel both trying the high side by the rail, cut down to the middle. Callie's pushing those Valkyries out in front. They've got a 3-wall holding her back. Meanwhile, Diesel's trying to push her way back to the front of the pack. Catching a little speed through turns 3 and 4. Skater's hitting the track. Diesel going up against Holly Hood as Cryptic Callie gets out on the straightaway. Cryptic Callie's your lead jammer coming around turn 3 now.
Diesel still trying to fight through that Bride's defense at the back of the pack. Holly Hood said, "Welcome to the league," and escorted her with extreme judiciousness down to the infield there. Cryptic Callie finishing off a scoring pass. Cryptic Callie dispensing with that last blocker there and getting back up on the track. And that's going to do it for the jam. Heading up to the jammer line now for the Runaway Brides is going to be Al Annihilate Ya.
BB Skate out there for the Doomsday Valkyries. Al coming to the line for the first time tonight.
And Al Annihilate Ya able to find an opening and angle through the corner. Your lead jammer for the Brides. Oh, big collision there at the front of the back straightaway. Al runs into a blocker and tumbles down to the infield, and everybody back up on their skates and heading around again. And there's BB Skate following Al Annihilate Ya right out of the pack, and that's going to do it for the jam.
Here comes Ash over Teacup for your Runaway Brides.
And that's going to be Indy for the Doomsday Valkyries. But Ash over Teacup, well, no, everybody's heading down, it turns out. And we got a challenge. Runaway Brides are going to use their first half challenge here. So we will take a brief pause in the action here. Brides are going to challenge a penalty that was called there in the previous jam. We'll give the regulators time to talk that over. We'll let you know in the meantime about This Is Bliss Massage. They're transforming lives one treatment at a time, offering massage treatment in Tempe and mobile massage services, specializing in Swedish, deep tissue, Reiki, and much more. You can visit thisisblissmassage.com or call 480-406-1314 to schedule your appointment.
Don't forget the minor assaults are running 2 raffles tonight. We've got a $20 raffle ticket for Disneyland tickets, and we've got a $5 raffle ticket for the Cheez-It Bowl at Chase Field. Come on over here by the merch booth, grab yourself a raffle ticket. You can't win if you don't play. Going to take another second to tell you about Lost Dutchman Tattoo. It's a local tattoo shop specializing in various styles from realism to traditional, as well as customized tattoo designs. Walk-ins are always welcome, and they're located at 4121 North 19th Avenue. That's the east side of 19th Avenue, just north of Indian School Road. Lost Dutchman Tattoo. All right, folks, Pa's Cantina is the official after-party spot of the Arizona Derby Dames. Come join us after tonight's bout for some live music, games, food, and drinks. Present your wristband to get a 20% discount on your tab. Pa's Cantina, located on 3rd Street in Roosevelt. Head over to hang, eat, and drink with the Dames. Pa's Cantina, the official after-party spot. Because what's roller derby without an after-party?
Siphon Draw Apothecary features all-natural, non-toxic, handcrafted skincare products made by our very own Dolly de los Muertos. Visit them at the Goldfield Ghost Town on Historic Highway 88. Siphon Draw Apothecary.
Quite the challenge.
It's really. I challenge you to make this challenge longer. Where's the Jeopardy music when you need it?
All right, looks like we've got a ruling being ferried up to us by Bender B. Rodriguez. All right, and it has been announced the penalty is overturned. Successful challenge by the Runaway Brides. So, Brides get to keep their first half challenge as it was a successful challenge. So, exiting the penalty box and heading back to the bench is Militia, I believe that was. So, penalty wiped off the board, and we'll get back to the action. So Ash over Teacup once again heads to the jammer line for the Brides. And it is Indy for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Ash over Teacup charging her way to the front of the pack, being held off by Sour Appletini, and she gets through the ball. Indy still stuck behind Milani Mangler, Nova Kane. Trying to work her way through turn 3. Brides recycling in front of her. But she's able to get out in turn 4. Ash over Teacup at the back of the pack. She's trying to work her way through. Trying to get by Sour Appletini, Chingadora. That's Bama out there trying to hold her. Ash over Teacup calls off the jam. Picking up 3 points for the Runaway Brides.
We've got Lux Breaker to the jammer line for the Brides. And that'll be Kenya Diggett for the Doomsday Valkyries. Kenya Diggett quickly to the rail and able to outrun a blocker to the corner, able to get around Ellie Mayhem there, and Kenya Diggett out and clear, lead blocker for the Valkyries. Got about a half a track lead on Luxbreaker, who now is out as, excuse me, that's Syntax Terror. My apologies, not Luxbreaker. Syntax Terror is your jammer for the Brides. Kenya Diggett quickly up, mid-pack, trying to finish off a scoring pass and calls it off. We will check the points. And Kenya Diggett puts 2 points up on the board for the Valkyries.
Here comes Slaughtermelon for the Runaway Brides.
And that's Sour Appletini down there for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Sour Appletini charging her way to the front of the pack along the low side. She's your lead jammer. Valkyries get out first.
Sour Appletini checking behind her and sees Slaughtermelon is out, trying to put some speed on and catch the pack. The Brides trying to control the pace of play here.
Teeny gets knocked off the track, so she can't call off that jam. Slaughtermelon takes the lead change. Slaughtermelon gets knocked to the infield. Teeny's trying to call off the jam, but
had not taken back lead jammer status yet, so Slaughtermelon going to go ahead and finish off the scoring pass. Slaughtermelon now the lead jammer. Out there is lead jammer for the Brides. Sour Appletini knocked off to the infield again, and she's got something wrapped around her skate, so she's got to head over to the bench, unfortunately. And Slaughtermelon calls off the jam. Sour Appletini got knocked down, and it looked like something came off her skate and got tangled up in her wheels, so she was unable to roll and had to hop over to the bench on one leg.
Slaughtermelon picking up a jammer penalty there, an arms penalty. Looks like we might have a power jam.
So stepping up to the jammer line all by her lonesome is going to be Hot and Ready. And it looks like we are going to have a stoppage in play before we get to this Valkyries power jam. Indeed, an official timeout. Speaking of the Doomsday Valkyries, we'd like to let you know to save the date, November 23rd. It's the upcoming Bar Crawler 2019, hosted by the Doomsday Valkyries.
Bar Crawler.
Custom swag bags, bigger than ever raffle prizes, 4 bars, photo scavenger hunt, and more. Check out the event page on Facebook or ask any of these Valkyries after the bout for details. It's Bar Crawler. All right, the official timeout comes to a close. Back to the action. Switching the lineup here for the Valkyries. They're going to send Kenya Diggett up there to the jammer line to do the power jam. Valkyries put 2 points on the board there in that previous jam. The Runaway Brides 10. Kenya Diggett now is going to go out there. She's got a handful of blockers out there to assist her as she's looking to find an opening in that Brides defense. Trying to get some help from her blockers here. Kenya now fighting her way along the rail, trying to get around that defense. That Brides defense has been stout all night, though. So far, the Brides have not allowed a single point on a power jam. 30 seconds to go in the Valkyries power jam as the pack comes in front of us here, coming out of the far turn. Kenya still looking for an opening. BB skate dumped onto the infield, and Kenya now to the inside. No real estate to be found there. We'll try around the outside one more time as a couple of blockers tumbling down to the infield. Clock is going to run down on this power jam, and once again, it is the Brides defense standing strong on the penalty kill. Now at the jammer line for the Brides, that is Luxbreaker.
That's Indy 500 for the Valkyries.
Indy tries to find an opening along the inside, able to get up to the top of the track, and she is your lead jammer for the Valkyries. Luxbreaker right out behind her, very sparse pack. 2 Brides in the penalty box, 1 Valkyrie in the penalty box. Indy's going to try to get back to the pack here and has put some distance between herself and Luxbreaker. Up to the high side and just runs out of time, not able to catch up to those blockers at the front of the pack. No points for either side. Militia to the jammer line for the Brides.
Here comes the captain of the Valkyries. It's Hot and Ready. Militia running on her skates up on the high side, up by the rail. She gets out first. She's your lead jammer. Building up some speed now as the pack's coming out of turn 2 into turn 3.
Hot and ready at the front of the pack, trying to get past that wall of defenders. Gets some help from one of her blockers and then is dumped on the track surface. Got knocked down, and that Bride defense gets back in front of her while she's fighting back to her feet. Militia finishes off a scoring pass and will be coming around for some more. A collision at the back of the pack as Militia meets up with one of the Valkyries defenders, then finishes off that scoring pass. Militia taking a tumble there at the end of that.
Woohoo!
And a cut track penalty called on Hot and Ready, so this is going to be a power jam for the Runaway Brides. Novocaine out there all by her lonesome for the Runaway Brides. And Novocaine able to shake through the pack and is coming around for her first scoring pass. Brides now trying to set up their power jam offense. Novocaine up to the high side, pushes her way along the rail and finishes off the scoring pass.
Runaway Brides very effective at moving players out of the way to get their jammer by. Nova doing battle with Sarah Appletini there, trying to get by her. About 4 seconds left. Novocaine!
So Novocaine skates by and gives a smile to Lightning the Queen, her daughter, heading up to the jammer line. So now it's Lightning the Queen jamming for the Brides, as the Brides hit exactly 100 points with 4 minutes to go till halftime. That's going to be BB Skate for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Lightning the Queen gets out. She's your lead jammer. BB Skate getting tied up in traffic at the back of the pack. Lightning eyeing the pack, takes the low side. Valkyrie's able to get their jammer out now.
Lightning finishes off the scoring pass and calls off the jam. 3 minutes to go until halftime. Valkyries are going to send up Diesel. And for the Brides, that's Ash over Teacup. Both jammers are still kind of mired mid-pack. Diesel tried to find an opening along the outside. Ash over Teacup taken down. And another skater down behind that. Couple of skaters down at the back of the pack. Ash over Teacup able to fight her way through, though. And is your lead jammer for the Brides. Diesel is up at the front of the pack trying to get past a couple of Brides blockers. A lot of action going right by us here in front of the announcer's nest, and that's going to do it. The jam is called off. Ash over Teacup calling it off. Before we get to our next jam, there we are. It's a timeout for the Doomsday Valkyries. It was one of those. So the Valkyries going to take a moment to discuss some strategy heading forward. It appears that we are heading into a power jam for the Runaway Brides. And we will get confirmation of that as we get back to the action.
Hey, Derby fans, do you like hearing yourself talked about? Are you interested in being a season sponsor for the Arizona Derby Dames? We have different sponsors packages available to suit your needs with many benefits to choose from. Find any Arizona Derby Dame today and they can point you in the right direction for sponsorship questions and information on how to become a sponsor. Be a league sponsor for the Arizona Derby Dames.
All right, indeed, back to the action. It's going to be a power jam for the Doomsday Valkyries. Can you dig it out there one more time for the Valkyries power jam? Penalty box is positively full of Runaway Brides. There's only 2 Brides blockers out there. Valkyries have a full fleet of blockers, plus they've got Kenya out there as the jammer.
Militia and Lightning the Queen doing battle with Kenya trying to hold her. A 2-woman wall right there. Valkyrie's trying to break them up and separate them, get their jammer out. But the Brides are amazing at recycling.
And Kenya able to get out of the pack with just a few seconds left here on the jam clock. Setting up now for what will most likely be our last jam before the halftime break. It's going to be Slaughtermelon for the Brides. And Sour Appletini for the Doomsday Valkyries. Sour Appletini bumped off to the infield. Slaughtermelon also having some trouble with the Valkyries at the back of the pack. Sour Appletini to the front of the pack, trying to fight past those blockers. And they are out of play, so Sour Appletini clear of the pack. Going to try to run away now with Slaughtermelon getting out as well. So Sour Appletini going to try to get back to the pack, but sees the Brides walling up at the front of the pack, so calls it off. And that's going to do it for the first half. So there we are. That is going to do it for the first half. So we'll step aside for a 15-minute halftime break. Your score right now, Runaway Brides 111, Doomsday Valkyries 6.
All right, folks, get those green raffle tickets out. We've got raffle prizes. The Amazon gift card that won't die. Somebody come get this gift card from me, number 518955. Red raffle ticket, green raffle ticket. See? 518955.
We joked, it's true.
And I've got a raffle ticket as well.
What color is it?
It appears to be seafoam green.
It's a green raffle ticket.
All right, and this is for a wonderful looking coffee and chocolate gift basket. And this is going to be 519043. 519043. We got a winner for that one. There we go.
Winner!
All right.
Hey folks, it's the end of the popcorn selling season. We have 3 bags left of popcorn. Come on down for $1, get some salty goodness and support the minor assaults. While you're over there, check out the raffle table. $20 for a Disneyland raffle ticket and $5 for a ticket to the, what is it, the Staples Bowl? The Cheez-It Bowl.
Yes. Yeah, and we were in the middle of something too. It was just like, we're busy.
Come on, you can't hear me win all the time.
Okay. Thank you. You're literally the only person to ever say that.
You need to talk to the microphone. I'm like, what about are you at, dude?
All right. Well, like I said, the Valkyries had 9 skaters fell out of their last bout, so they had the bare minimum. I don't even know if they had that many. I don't even think they had a dozen. They were so short-handed. They fielded 3 skaters for the last 2 jams. Xanadoom jammed the last like 5 jams in a row. And, well, you know, because they were just running other people, but she she'd just come around, the jam went in, she'd just stop here and just wait to start again. It was just like, no. The last 3 and the next day she subbed in, Ripley subbed in from the sub. Yeah. It was one of the last 3 out there. The next day the Valkyries drafted her. I was like, oh, you guys. All right, we are ready to get back to the action. Your first jammer here in the second half for the Brides is going to be Anita Margarita. And jamming for the Valkyries is going to be BB Skate. BB Skate down to the inside, bumped off onto the infield by a shoulder from Lightning McQueen. Now BB Skate to the rail. And BB Skate able to run around the outside and is your lead jammer for the Valkyries. Anita Margarita is fighting, trying to get past the Valkyries defense at the front of the pack. Valkyries recycling in front of Anita Margarita. Now a skater going down. Anita Margarita takes a tumble as well. BB Skate trying to finish off a scoring pass for the Valkyries as Anita Margarita clears the pack. And BB Skate fighting through the front of the pack. We'll wait and check the official score there. 4 points on the board for the Valkyries. So a successful jam to start off the second half for the Valkyries. Looks like we've got Indy out there for the Valkyries.
That's Luxbreaker out there for the Runaway Brides. Valkyrie skating down a blocker. Hot ready picked up an arms penalty on that last jam. Luxbreaker knocked to the service of the track, but a bunch of other skaters were too. Indy 500 is out. She's your lead jammer. As Luxbreaker gets out of the pack, about a half a track behind her. Indy coming up on the back of the pack. The pack speeding up now. 4 brides at the front of that pack. A solid 3-wall at the front. Indy calling off the jam. Not able to find any purchase against the brides there.
All right, 1 point on the board for the Valkyries. Runaway Brides 111, Valkyries 11. Ones are wild, everybody.
That's Militia coming to the jammer line for the brides.
Kenya Diggett step into the jammer line for the Valkyries.
Militia running through the pack on the tips of her skates, and she's out first. She's your lead jammer. Militia almost running on her toe stops there. Coming fast to the pack on the high side. Gets to the pack clean. And she's off for a second pass. Militia Eye in the pack for her second scoring pass. As Kenya Diggett gets out of the front of the pack, Militia gets her points. Coming after Kenya, watching that last jammer race. Militia calls it off, collects her 9 points.
Novocaine to the jammer line for the Brides.
That's Sal Appletini out there for your Doomsday Valkyries. Nova caught up along the high side on the rail. Teeny able to work her way to the front of the pack as Nova gets out. Sarah Appletini able to get out of the pack over here in turn 3 as Novocaine starts her scoring pass. 30 seconds left in this jam. Chingadora taking on Nova for one last hit. Nova calls off the jam, and that's that. We'll reset at this end of the track.
Up to the jammer line for the Brides is going to be Lightning McQueen. That's your captain hot and ready for the Doomsday Valkyries. Lightning McQueen able to get out the front of the pack and is your lead jammer for the Brides.
Lightning battling her way along the low side of that pack.
Hot and Ready able to follow in the wake of Lightning McQueen, had finished a scoring pass, and Hot and Ready able to follow her out of the pack for the Valkyries. So Lightning McQueen now going to try to finish off a scoring pass, weaves her way around those Valkyries defenders and calls it off.
Lightning transitioning around backwards, calls off that jam.
9 points on the board for the Brides. We are going to have Slaughtermelon on the jammer line for the Brides.
That's Indy out there for the Doomsday Valkyries. Indy in the pack, taking a hard, fast start. Gets to the front of the pack, blows away. She's out. She's your lead jammer. Slaughtermelon working her way through the front of the pack, doing some battle with some Doomsday Valkyries, trying to get out, and she gets out. Indy finishes her scoring pass, picked up the last of her points. She's got her eyes on Slaughtermelon, trying to pick up that one last jammer point, but calls off the jam. Slaughtermelon could hear her coming.
4 points up on the board for the Doomsday Valkyries. They're going to send BB Skate to the jammer line.
That's Syntax Terror for the Runaway Brides.
But before we get to that, we've got an official timeout. So the regulator's going to talk over some of the game action.
After a bout like this, your body's going to need some attention. Arcadia Health and Wellness, providing chiropractic care, physical therapy, corrective exercise, and massage therapy. Dr. Matt and Dr. Dom are chiropractors sure to meet your needs. Visit them at Arcadia Health and Wellness, located at 35th Street and Indian School in Arcadia. Mention the Arizona Derby Days to get a discounted rate on your first visit. That's Arcadia Health and Wellness. A lot of penalties on that whiteboard.
All right, back to the action. Syntax Terror to the jammer line for the Brides. BB Skate for the Valkyries.
Brides are down 2 blockers. Valkyries are down 1. Syntax Terror, though, charging her way to the front of the pack. She's your lead jammer. BB Skate hung up at the back of the pack behind Lightning the Queen, and now hung up at the front of the pack behind Lightning the Queen. As Syntax Terror works her way through the pack, dodging falling skaters, she's through. BB Skate gets out right behind her. Syntax Terror takes a look behind her. And Syntax Terror calls off that jam.
5 points for the Brides. They're going to send Cryptic Callie to the jammer line. And that's Sour Appletini for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Both teams back at full strength here. Callie charging her way to the front, takes a little whip off of Holly Hood. She's your lead jammer. Callie works her way around the back of the track. She's at the back of the pack. Navigating her way through. She gets taken to the infield, takes a knee. Going to reestablish herself. A lot of skaters everywhere on this track. Sour Appletini gets out of the pack though. Cryptic Callie hot on her tail. And Cryptic Callie picks up 1 more point, calls off the jam.
So indeed, 5 points up on the board for the Brides there. Militia to the jammer line for the Brides. Can You Dig It will step to the jammer line for the Valkyries. And Can You Dig It back down off the track for the Valkyries. It is an arms penalty on Sour Appletini, so Militia up there by her lonesome. It's a power jam for the Brides.
Here comes Militia, trying the high side. Tied up behind some skaters. Her team's able to make some room for her, and she gets out. Ellie Mayhem able to move the Valkyries out of the way, let Militia through. Militia goes back up, tries that high side, gains some speed, dives down, gets through the pack. Still 30 seconds left on this jam. Militia has plenty of time.
.15 seconds to go on the power jam clock, and Militia now trying to find an opening along the outside. Gets some help from one of her blockers trying to spring her loose, and there she goes, able to finish off the scoring pass. It's a 10-point power jam for Militia and the Brides. We've got Novocaine coming to the jammer line for the Brides, and it's going to be Indy for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Novocaine and Indy trying the low side. Nova barely able to hang on, steps off into the infield, gets back up out on the track. And she finds herself at the front of the pack, and she's out. She's your lead jammer.
Indy trying to outrun that last blocker to the end of the pack and is able to get Ash over Teacup out of play, so Indy clear of the pack as well. And Novocaine calling off the jam with Indy coming in with a full head of steam. Lightning McQueen to the jammer line for the Brides.
BB Skate.
BB Skate for the Doomsday Valkyries. Lightning McQueen quickly to the front of the pack, takes out a blocker on her way by and is the lead jammer for the Brides.
BB Skate trying hard to get out, stuck behind Al and I'll hate ya, Anita Margarita. Al takes her to the infield. Lightning able to skate through the pack with ease. BB Skate passes the star.
So taking over as jammer is Kenya Diggett for the Valkyries. Coming around now, catching up to the pack. Lightning McQueen calls off the jam. Looks like it's going to be a power jam. We've got Indy 500 at the jammer line for the Valkyries. Penalty called on Lightning McQueen. Let's get a cheer from the Valkyries fans in the audience for the Valkyries power jam. And just as I try to get everybody hyped up, we've got an official timeout. So put a bookmark in that enthusiasm. And we'll come back and check out that power jam here in just a moment.
Speaking of an official timeout, are you interested in being a part of the roller derby community, but hitting people isn't your thing? Our regulators are always looking for dedicated and eager minds to learn our rule set and help keep our ladies on the track in check. Our regulator team accepts all gender types, and there are various levels of officiating that go on during a roller derby bout. Come be a part of the action and help our league grow. Ask any skater or regulator how to get involved.
So it looks like we are not going to have a power jam after all. I did see the signal for double jammer down, which means penalties on both jammers in the previous jam, so neither side gets a power jam. We will wait and see as we wait for the whiteboard to pop up.
Land Shark. All right, Derby fans, back to the action. That's Ash over teacup out there for the Runaway Brides.
And it is Indy for the Doomsday Valkyries. Indy down along the inside, found a big opening, and Indy is your lead jammer for the Valkyries.
Indy's already at full speed, and the rest of the skaters aren't even into turn one.
And Indy able to leap over a couple of sliding Brides blockers and finish off the scoring pass, coming around for some more.
Luxbreaker and Holly Hood holding Indy now. Keeping her held tight up by the rail. Indy able to break free. She gets out, calls off the jam before Ash can make it to the back of the pack.
It is a 10-point jam for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Hey now, Valkyries!
May not have been a power jam, but a similar kind of result. Stepping up to the jammer line for the Valkyries is going to be Hot and Ready.
And that's Syntax Terror out there for the Brides.
Blocker called down for the Valkyries.
Brides are only skating 2 blockers right now. Valkyries are skating 3.
Syntax Terror quickly to the front of the pack. And is your lead jammer for the Brides. Hot and Ready was looking to follow her, but a blocker had other ideas.
Shut the door on her. Syntax Terror hits the pack now. Coming through. Iron Hot and Ready. Tries to pick up that last point, but thinks better of it at the last minute. Calls off the jam. And it looks like we might have picked up another jammer penalty on the Valkyries.
All right, Hot and Ready parked in the penalty box. So we've got a power jam to close out the third quarter for the Runaway Brides. It's going to be Slaughtermelon.
Slaughtermelon working her way to the front of the pack, getting tied up behind Chingadora, and Bama able to break free at the last minute and get out. She's the lead jammer. Your only jammer.
Slaughtermelon runs into some defense. Her blocker's trying to help her out, and Slaughtermelon able to finish off the scoring pass with 16 seconds to go in the power jam. And that will do it for the third quarter. So we'll step aside for a quarter break. We will wait for the official score to come up from the infield there for that power jam. 8 points on the board for the Brides.
All right, Derby fans, get those raffle tickets out. We got some Seafoam green raffle tickets here. Here comes a winner. Raffle ticket number 519033. Raffle ticket 519033. You're a winner. This is for the drawing or for?
For the drawing. So it's, these people need to come over here.
All right, from the minor assaults raffle, Allie Corbin, come up here. You won 2 tickets to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. Where's Allie? Allie Corbin, want to go to Disneyland? You can bring a friend.
All right, and this is our second winner.
For 2.
Disneyland tickets.
And then 2 more Disneyland tickets for Janelle. Janelle, are you still here?
She is.
Janelle, you can bring a friend to Disneyland. Arizona Derby Dames is supporting St. Mary's Food Bank, who serves to alleviate hunger through the gathering and distribution of food while encouraging self-sufficiency, collaboration, advocacy, and education. St. Mary's Food Bank is a truly community-based organization that distributes food to nearly 700 nonprofit partners in 9 Arizona counties. These agencies include food pantries, dining halls, homeless shelters, and more. Get behind this great cause by bringing canned goods or donating. Everything helps. St. Mary's Food Bank, Arizona's original food bank. Let's go.
Pretty direct. All right, fans, as we get ready for the fourth quarter to begin, a challenge has been issued. So the Valkyries are going to challenge some of the action that occurred in the last jam of the third quarter. So we will wait and find out from the regulators if that is a successful challenge or not. All right, report from the infield is that the challenge is unsuccessful. The penalty is upheld. So the Valkyries have lost their second half challenge. We will get back to the action here with Kenya Diggett on the jammer line for the Valkyries and Anita Margarita out there to jam for the Brides.
Kenya tries the middle, doesn't get through. Anita Margarita does get through on the high side.
Now Anita Margarita on a scoring pass, catches up to a couple of blockers. Blockers taking a tumble, and Anita finishes the scoring pass. Anita Margarita now on another scoring pass. Kenya Diggett is clear of the pack for the Valkyries. Anita dumped off onto the infield by Indy. Gets back up and calls it off. And looks like we had a penalty assessed to Kenya Diggett, so this is going to be a power jam for the Brides. Ash over Teacup is out there to do the power jam for the Runaway Brides. And we are underway with this jam. The Valkyries have two blockers out there. Two blockers out there, that's correct. The Brides are at full strength here on this power jam. And Ash over Teacup able to execute a scoring pass. Two Valkyries blockers trying to get back together and see what they can do. Ash over Teacup now up to the rail. That Valkyries blocker kind of played along that back wall of blockers for the Brides, trying to get up there and block her, but Ash over Teacup finishes off the scoring pass. And Ash over Teacup with the signal from Hollywood showing her where to head as the clock expires on the jam. So the power jam for the Runaway Brides. Wait for the official score. $15 points on the board for the Runaway Brides. Takes them up to just shy of 200. It's going to be BB Skate for the Doomsday Valkyries.
That syntax terror out there for the Runaway Brides. Both teams picking up one blocker penalty on that last jam. Syntax Terror looks to the low. Both jammers get knocked to the track. BB Skate gets up and she's going to try the high side. Syntax Terror working her way around the front. She tries the high side. She gets out. She's your lead jammer. BB Skate still stuck in the back of the pack behind Lightning the Queen and Alan I'll hate ya. Works her way to the front of the pack. Gets by Ellie Mayhem and she's out. Syntax Terror trying to complete her jam, complete her pass.
And it looks like a penalty was assessed to the jammer for the Brides there in that previous jam, so it's going to be a power jam for the Valkyries. Indy 500 at the jammer line for the Valkyries.
Syntax Terror picking up a cut penalty.
No?
No, it wasn't a cut.
So Indy out there on the power jam opportunity for the Doomsday Valkyries, trying to fight her way along the rail up there against that three wall of blockers and just trying to get them pushed out of play at this point, and able to do so. So she gets the wave on by. 40 seconds to go in the Doomsday Valkyries power jam. Indy now looking for some points, coming around on a scoring pass. Valkyries defenders trying to hold together and control the pace of play. And Indy now up to the front of the pack, dealing with those Brides blockers at the front of the pack, and they're out of play. So Indy finishing off the scoring pass with 20 seconds to go in the Valkyries power jam. Valkyries controlling the pace of play here in this power jam. They've got those defenders pinned at the back of the pack. Indy able to find her way through and now up to the front of the pack. Those blockers are still out of play, so Indy finishing off another scoring pass. And the clock's going to run out on the power jam. Another successful jam for the Doomsday Valkyries. $10 points up on the board for the Valkyries on the power jam. Looks like we've got Anita Margarita to the jammer line for the Brides. And it looks like there was a penalty assessed to Indy in the course of that power jam. So the power jam pendulum swings back the other way, and it's Anita Margarita out there with the power jam for the Runaway Brides. Anita Margarita quickly able to get clear of the pack. Two Brides blockers out there, so the Brides down a blocker in the pack. And Anita able to finish off a scoring pass. There goes Anita Margarita around the outside again. 22 seconds to go in the Runaway Brides power jam. Now Anita Margarita, another scoring opportunity. Runs up into some defense at the front of the pack. Hot and Ready and Ripley trying to get around there. And that'll do it as the clock runs out on the power jam. 15-point power jam on the board for the Brides. Now back to double jammer action. We've got
Sarah Appletini out there for the Doomsday Valkyries.
for the Brides, that's going to be Luxbreaker.
Brides are at full strength blockers. Valkyries are down two skaters. Both jammers coming up on a fast pack. Brides are able to move the Valkyries blockers out of the way, get their jammer out. Luxbreaker is out. She's your lead jammer. Sarah Appletini knocked to the infield. She's trying to work her way through the pack. She gets out, and before turn one, Luxbreaker starts to make her scoring pass. Luxbreaker is through. Chewing up a little bit of the clock before calling off the jam.
Can you dig it to the jammer line for the Doomsday Valkyries?
And that's Militia out there for the Runaway Brides.
Kenya to the front of the pack. She's got one defender to beat and is able to do so, and she's out and clear. Militia now right behind her is going to make it into a jammer race. There's Militia trying to get by. Kenya bumping her to stay in front, and then Kenya can't keep up on the skates and going through the corner. Militia now is your lead jammer. Kenya not going to give up the fight. Here she comes trying to catch up, and Militia's got to call off the jam.
Some exciting roller derby action.
We've got Cryptic Callie to the jammer line for the Brides. For the Doomsday Valkyries, that's going to be Indy. And it looks like we've got a power jam opportunity here for the Runaway Brides. Can you dig it in the penalty box? With the jammer cover on her head and no helmet because she has fouled out for the evening. But she's still got to serve the penalty, so in the penalty box she goes. Cryptic Callie out there now jamming for the Brides. And Callie able to clear the pack, but just lost her balance, takes a tumble. Pack coming around, the Valkyries trying to catch her, but not able to do so. And Cryptic Callie now up to the pack with 11 seconds to go in the power jam. Able to finish off the scoring pass as one of her blockers clears out some space for her. And that'll do it for the power jam. $10-point power jam for the Brides. We're going to have Lightning the Queen for the Runaway Brides.
BB Skate out there for the Doomsday Valkyries. Thin pack in front of these two jammers. And just when you thought it was safe to get on the track.
So, an official timeout. Hey, we'd like to let you know if you don't have plans for what to do after the bout, join us at the after party. Paz Cantina is the official after party spot of the Arizona Derby Dames. Come join us after tonight's bout for live music, games, food, and drinks. Present your wristband for a 20% discount on your tab. Paz Cantina, it's on 3rd Street in Roosevelt. Head over to Hang, Eat, and Drink with the Dames. That's the after party at Paz Cantina. Had to comment on the fact that Kenny went over to sit for her penalty and just put the panty on her head with no helmet. She's like, well, technically, I can't wear my helmet. I fouled out. So I'm doing this right.
Right.
I have to serve the penalty with the jammer star in my head.
Now I know the Valkyries have a lot of fans out there, so make sure you save the date, November 23rd, for the upcoming Bar Crawler. Bar Crawler 2019 is hosted by the Doomsday Valkyries. Custom swag bags, bigger than ever raffle prizes, 4 bars, photo scavenger hunt, and more. Check out the event page or ask a Valkyrie for details. Bar Crawler.
Bar Crawler. All right, we got a raffle prize to give away. It is a wonderful compact hair dryer. That winning ticket is going to be 518894. 518894 for the hair dryer. We are going to give that away before the end of the night.
Never give up, never surrender. We're going to give these raffle prizes away. Sorry, that was just my hand doing its own Doctor Strangelove thing.
All right, that's the rolling whistle we were looking for. We're going to get back to the action. We are looking at a jammer lineup of BB Skate for the Doomsday Valkyries.
And that's Lightning the Queen out there for the Runaway Brides.
Again, a very slim pack. We've got 2 Runaway Brides in the penalty box and 1 of the Doomsday Valkyries. There goes Lightning the Queen. Quickly to the front of the pack and is lead jammer for the Brides. BB Skate trying to outrun that last blocker to the corner and is able to do so. And there goes Lightning finishing off her scoring pass and calling off the jam.
Here comes Indy.
And there goes Indy.
And what was I saying?
So Indy heads down due to a penalty assessed to the Valkyries jammer in the previous jam. Slaughtermelon out there all by her lonesome. Slaughtermelon this year dropped a couple of numbers from her jersey number, swapped up the name a little bit. And Slaughtermelon clear of the pack.
You can skate faster with less numbers.
Slaughtermelon now mid-pack, halfway through the power jam, trying to get clear, get some help from a couple of her blockers to the front of the pack. Valkyries playing some defense here, trying to hold together and keep Slaughtermelon from getting out of the pack. And there goes Slaughtermelon out of the pack, finishing off the scoring pass.
Slaughtermelon skates by on the low side, completing that scoring pass, picking up another 5 points, and also picking up a penalty.
So to the jammer line for a power jam, it's Kenya Diggett. So Kenya to the jammer line now. See what she can do on the power jam for the Valkyries here with 2 minutes to go in regulation.
Kenya hoping to put some points on the board for the Valkyries. Brides have a full complement of blockers, able to recycle those in front of Kenya. Kenya trying hard to get past that 4 wall. Valkyrie's trying to get in and break it up.
.90 seconds to go on the game clock as Kenya trying to find her way through the pack. Now going to the outside again. Those Brides blockers have formed a brick wall in front of her though. A couple of blockers taking a tumble there, and Kenya's trying to capitalize. Tries to go down along the inside and knock to the infield.
Lieutenant Ripley trying to stake out a hole in that wall. Not enough time left to exploit it though.
So we line up for the next jam. It is going to be Indy for the Valkyries.
And that's Militia out there for the Runaway Brides. Brides are down 1 blocker, but the Valkyries are down 2.
Militia tip.
Good. Militia and Indy hit that back run, and Militia able to get out though on the get out first on the high side. Indy gets knocked to the track on the low side by Al, but she's able to get out as well. Militia comes up on the back of the pack, starts her scoring run. Burning off some time before calling off the jam. Indy gets to the back of the pack.
Militia keeping an eye on the action. The defense holding strong at the front of the pack. 4 points up for the Valkyries, 4 points up for the Brides, and that's going to put quadruple zeros up on the clock. So we will check the penalty situation here. See if we have any penalty jam action going on. Does not appear that we do, so we'll get the official signal here from head referee Lollipop. With a final score of 250-39, the Runaway Brides are victorious. All right, now coming on around are the Doomsday Valkyries. Let's get a round of applause for the Valkyries.
All right, folks, we got 1 or 2 more last raffle prizes to give out. Get those raffle tickets out.